Hello and welcome to Celebrity Trends. If it's your first time, please hit the subscribe button and click on the bell for more amazing news on your favorite celebrities.
Did the late Queen deceive public opinion about the Meghan Markle scam? It resulted in the fake Archie and Liliette drama. Hello and a very warm welcome back to the Kate Middleton and the Queen channel. One royal expert is wondering what exactly possessed the late Queen to make the decision to deceive the public. He said, "I don't ask this lightly. The Queen's death united the nation in grief. I, along with everyone else, watched her state funeral, which was unparalleled in ceremonial grandeur. It was a show of things deserving of Britain's longest reigning monarch, and an emotionally fueled farewell to a remarkable and much-loved monarch. Nobody can marry into the royal family without first being thoroughly checked out by the UK's Domestic Counterintelligence and Security Agency. In March of 2016, MI5 presented Her Majesty with a confidential dossier on Meghan Markle. This is absolutely normal procedure if somebody wants to join the royal household staff. There is a minimal entry-level security check made, which involves a not-so-stringent formal security clearance. It is part of a package of pre-employment checks aimed at providing an appropriate level of assurance as to the trustworthiness, integrity, and probable reliability of prospective employees. If attempting to marry into the royal family, the process has stepped up several levels. Meghan Markle's background would have demanded a higher level of security vetting clearance. A full check of criminal records would have been made, not just for her, but also for her family. Her political affiliations would have been scrutinized, along with information on previous marriages. When Her Majesty read through the report on the actress, what must she have thought? And remember, she wouldn't have simply glanced at it alone. She would have been accompanied by advisors and possibly government officials who would have read it with her. Think back to Captain Peter Townsend. The romance between Peter Townsend and Princess Margaret came at a time when marrying somebody who had already been divorced was not only frowned upon, but it was forbidden by the Church of England. Margaret needed marriage approval from her sister, the Queen, who ultimately refused to give it on account of the captain's marital history. Also remember Prince Andrew and that actress, Koo Stark. Many people believe that Koo Stark's scandalous past influenced the late Queen's decision to tell her favorite son that it would not be a suitable match. There are other examples of the Queen putting an end to relationships within the family that would be better kept under wraps, even in today's more tolerant times. So armed with a comprehensive dossier on Meghan Markle and her family, why on earth did she allow Harry to marry her? And how long was it after she gave her blessing to the marriage did she instruct palace officials to tell visitors not to mention the name Meghan Markle during an audience with Her Majesty? This royal expert would like to know how soon after the wedding, the real one, not the one Markle told us took place 3 days earlier, did the Queen refer to her as that evil woman? The Queen was informed that Meghan was not pregnant with Archie, that she was faking the whole pregnancy. So why didn't the Queen put an end to this nonsense immediately? Did she believe that by telling her just to leave the country, it would result in the end of her shenanigans? Meghan was so disrespectful, she made fun of the late Queen on TV with that exaggerated mocking curtsy, as disclosed by a member of the royal household. Charles was bewildered, and he even asked, "Why is she encouraging the world to laugh at my mother?" The royal expert concludes saying, "But the deceit and being complicit in the royal scam is something the British public won't tolerate. Everyone knows Markle never gave birth to the 2 invisible kids, so why did Her Majesty agree to putting their names in the line of succession?" Well, let's look at the history of this. On June 4th, 2021, supposedly Elizabeth was born to Meghan, and then a few weeks later, Archie and Elizabeth still were not included in the line of succession. And then towards the end of July, the Queen got ready for her summer vacation. She was greeted by a lot of correspondence when she got to Balmoral for her annual visit to the castle. The letters came from all kinds of online groups, and they were delivered. They landed on the Queen's desk the day she got there, and all had the same request. We all know Meghan didn't give birth, so is that why they're not included in the line of succession? And then within just a few days, the names of the 2 invisible kids were placed between the Duke of Sussex and the Duke of York, without any explanation as to why they were not included earlier. Well, okay, there's a simple question here. Was it the late Queen who decided that the media wasn't allowed to write about Meghan's deceit? Many people claim that she did that to try to safeguard the future of the royal family. I mean, a scandal like that would really hurt the monarchy, and Elizabeth knew that. I suspect that times had changed since the days when the late Queen could refuse permission to marry, and people would obey her. You know Harry would have married Meghan anyway, even if the late Queen tried to stop this marriage. There would have been such a scandal anyway because Harry and Meghan would have cried racism. And once Meghan, the evil narcissist, got Harry caught in her web, there was no going back. There was going to be a scandal no matter what. It was simply a matter of how to try to control it. But unfortunately, there was no way to control this mess. The royal family simply wasn't prepared to deal with Meghan Markle. They had never encountered somebody so evil, so nasty. I mean, Meghan makes Wallace Simpson look like an angel. There was only the faintest glimmer of hope that maybe appeasement would mitigate the damage. Well, obviously that didn't work. Now eventually, this mess is going to get resolved one way or the other, and it's not going to be pretty getting there. Somewhere, I read that Meghan told the late Queen that she was pregnant before she and Harry got married, but then she miraculously lost that baby. Well, it sounds like the Queen went along with the wedding, and then once Meghan got married, she needed something to make sure Harry couldn't get away. And what better than another baby? It did work the first time for her, so Meghan figured just use that same strategy the second go around. Once the Queen discovered that was fake, she asked them to leave the country, and that's why they first headed to Canada. And then once they were in California, Meghan thought the Queen hadn't told everybody the truth, so she figured she could pull the same scam with Lily. And the late Queen was in a very difficult situation. Harry was and had always been a bit of a loose cannon, so I can only assume she believed that he could be placated with Meghan in a few royal duties. So even though Meghan had an unsavory past, it made sense for Harry to be allowed to marry her because really, what harm could it do? The Queen probably assumed that since Meghan had such a sketchy past, she would love the chance to clean up her image, and she would enjoy all the benefits of royal life. All the MI5 Secret Services, James Bond and Daniel Craig's could produce a dossier on Meghan's past. But nobody, not even the late Queen, could see into the sick, twisted mind of Meghan Markle until it was too late. So at this point, I think the family is just glad that she's in America. Hopefully that's going to limit the damage that she can do to them directly. I mean, we have seen her already try her best to hurt them, and she has. If Meghan has shown the public who she really is, well, alright, we believe her. She's greedy, unpopular, a horrible, horrible person, and also a liar. So at this point, the only thing for the royal family to do is cut both of them loose. Harry has already been ruined. He's a lost cause, and if there are any kids, those titles have got to be removed, and also they've got to be removed from the line of succession. That would take away all Meghan's power, and then she would officially be a failed celebrity. I wish the king would just hold a press conference and reveal the truth about the two of them. Just tell everything now. The truth is, the monarchy would survive. I would never assume that they were deceiving the public. I think most people would just feel sorry for them because most people would understand that Meghan and Harry put them in an impossible situation. And I think most people would feel sorry for them for having to deal with such a nasty couple. And Harry is just as guilty as Meghan Markle, so he shouldn't be absolved. What do you think about this case? Please tell me your opinion below in the comments.
Thanks for watching. Till next time on Celebrity Trends.